My name is Valerie, and I'm currently a traveling instructor slash apprentice through Aramark. I work with the Into Work program where we go into county jails and state prisons and we teach classes to the currently incarcerated. I just went to Salt Lake City. I got to teach a class of 15 women out there. And on the 31st, actually, I got to attend their graduation. So that was really great. Out of all 15 students, everybody graduated, so that was amazing. That was my first solo teaching class without shadowing anybody else, so it was really interesting. It's ServSafe, the food handler's card, so that way they're certified to work with food. They also do the food managerial, and then also the last class I just taught was warehouse logistics. So the ladies out in Salt Lake City, for instance, they work in the warehouse that create the canteen or commissary bags, or they package things that other individuals order. I was a fellow at CROP, which it's an acronym. It stands for Creating Restorative Opportunity Programs. It is an organization that recruits individuals who are freshly returning to society, and they train them with skills that they may not have had before. Digital literacy, financial literacy. They taught us how to build out our resume, our LinkedIn. And I believe it was through LinkedIn that I came across the YUPRO Apprenticeship. I applied. Really didn't have high hopes, I'm not going to lie. But it was surprisingly something that, like, as soon as I did my initial interview, it just clicked. I knew this is exactly where I need to be. This is exactly what I want to do. I had initially gone into CROP with the goal of completing my certification in tech sales and going into the tech industry. But once I came across the opportunity to work with residents who are still in the judicial system, I realized that's my passion. I wouldn't want to do anything else. So I was getting close to graduation, and as I was going through my cohort, I realized that I really liked the reentry field, and I really liked seeing individuals gain the knowledge of there being a second chance. When I had started for lack of better terminology, when I had started my career as a criminal, one of the reasons why I was a part of the recidivism rate was because when I came home, there weren't any opportunities. I could work in a factory, or I can go back to what I knew that led me to prison in the first place. So coming home and being a part of an organization that granted opportunities and helped us step up our skills so that way we could become more successful in society, I realized I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to give other people after me that same feeling. So I kind of leaned away from tech sales. The money sounded amazing when working in tech, right? Of course, you see all these people who make amazing money, but I wanted something that fed my heart at the end of the day. Something that when I laid down, I know that I made a difference. I helped somebody reach a new level that they didn't believe in themselves before. I ended up talking with Christina Dyer, who is a part of Checker, and she encouraged me to do the interview. I said, well, I haven't really trained for this position. She said, don't worry about it. Go in, be yourself. They're going to love your personality. And sure enough, the lady who interviewed me, her name is Yvonne. Oh my God, me and her, we clicked. That's my buddy now. I check in with her every week. I've also worked with Alameda Probation Office, where I had a co-ed cohort. So I had men and women, and some of the individuals I had actually spent some time with previously. Yes, so it was really interesting for them to see, like, look, if I can figure it out, so can you. I love being that. I don't like to say hope. I don't like to go in and give anybody hope. I like to go in as an example. So that way you can see, like, your mistakes don't have to define you. They don't have to be who you are tomorrow. Yes, you made a mistake before, but it's okay to move forward. Use it as an opportunity to learn something and push yourself to be better than you were yesterday. And having that conversation, especially with people that I personally knew, it was just seeing the light come into their eyes, like, wow, like I can actually do something, I can actually motivate those behind me as well to do something different. I've been in that chair. I watched individuals come in who've never walked a mile in my shoes, who've never experienced half of the things that I've experienced. And they're telling me, do something different, be something different. And the first thing that comes to everybody's mind is you could never relate to what I've been through. So being one of those people who can say, like, I've been here, I've done this, and I managed to figure it out, it hits home differently. So I was something that they can look at, like, okay, this isn't just somebody who's, trying to do some sort of charity work. Like, this is somebody who actually is passionate about where they've been and where they've gotten to, and showing me that I can get to there too. So UPRO put me in contact with Aramark. I interviewed with Yvonne. She was already well aware of my background, so it made it easier. I didn't have to worry about, does she know about my past? Do I have to tiptoe around this gap in my resume? It just made things that much more comfortable. So when organizations or companies work with UPRO, they already know that they're a part of the Second Chance initiative. So they are looking for people who have put in the work and are looking to do something different. When I'm working from home with Aramark is I have helped them build out a map. It's an interactive map that you can go online and look at, and it shows all the locations that they teach the Into Work program at. And I'm also in the middle of helping build out a resource guide that shows all of the above as well. And when individuals take the course while they are incarcerated, they are actually granted an opportunity at an internship once they are released. They have an opportunity to work with Aramark directly. They also are granted scholarships for a close immediate family. So anybody who wants to go into the same field, they also have that opportunity. But yes, so with warehouse logistics, we teach KPIs, how to streamline your order picking, the difference between batch picking, zone picking, all of the above, shipping, receiving, inspection. I love watching people figure out the path that they want and understanding that there's something bigger than what we knew before. We made decisions in our life at that time because that was all we knew. Had we had known more, we would have done more. So being able to help people lay that groundwork to step forward or step out of their comfort zone, nothing beats that for me. And I absolutely love this for individuals because, like I've said before, you get stuck in that mindset, in that comfort zone of like, this is all I know. This is all I'm ever going to do. So when other individuals come out and they show you, hey, look, we can do something different. Hey, look, we can put in the work in this area or that area and you can do something with this. Like you can go home and earn legitimate money. You can be proud of what you do at the end of the day. And I feel like it hits just that much deeper when somebody like me comes in and I show you, like, I literally used to be here. I literally could still tell you my inmate number. Like we're no different. The only difference is I came home and I'm doing something, but you will be there too. And you can also do the same. My daughter's 10. It's been great because whenever she makes a mistake, she was really hung up on saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I'm like, we don't say I'm sorry. Not because it's annoying, but because we got to show with our actions. I know you don't have to apologize for making a mistake. You did what you did with the knowledge that you had. Now that you know better, let's do something different. So instead of saying, I'm sorry, how can we fix this? How can we do something differently next time? And that has been tremendous. One of the ladies, when she came up and grabbed her certificate, she spoke briefly on how she had been incarcerated for over 17 years and how this was the first program that they offered that made her feel like she can actually do something different when she went home. That she sat in her bed a lot of the times at night and wondered, like, what am I going to do when I go home? I have no skills. I have no job experience. I've been gone for so long, I wouldn't even know what to do. And now she has this warm feeling of knowing that she's completed a course that has already set her up for a job opportunity when she comes home. So not only does she have the certification to put on her resume, but she also has an opportunity at an internship. So it was really heartwarming to hear that. It was something that when I lay down at night, I'm just like, man, I really touched someone's heart. I would say, of course, do your research like I did. I went on and I saw how many people UPRO were partnered with. And second, I would just say, just go for it. Worst could happen is that they say no and you're in the same position you're already in. You gain knowledge of what not to do in the next interview. It's all a learning opportunity. So I just say, go for it. Shoot for the stars. You're going to make something out of nothing eventually. Thomas Edison what did he say? He said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I learned 10,000 different ways not to do something. So you got to do the same thing with your life. I love interacting with individuals. I love just showing them that there's something different. I'm barely celebrating my 2 years home. This is the first time in 14 years that I haven't been on parole or probation. And I'll be celebrating my 2 years home on the 26th. So I've done a lot in these 2 years. I wanna be in more jails, more prisons. I wanna branch out to reentry programs. I've gotten the opportunity to work with Alameda Probation so far, and I'm reaching out to the community centers that deal with individuals who are on probation, just so that way, hopefully to steer them in a different direction. So I just want to continue to build out on that. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about helping people in the judicial systems. My favorite approach is letting people know that you already have a lot of skills, right? We just were using them in the wrong dynamic. So let's find you a job in the sales field, just in a different manner. This is my thing is like a lot of people don't realize that they are already really good at these professional setting jobs. They just didn't realize they already had the skill set. So if you get the training and the certification, that just makes you even that much better of an employee. I've never met a group of individuals who were more dedicated and more disciplined about showing that they are a hard worker and will do whatever it takes to do their job the right way than formerly incarcerated.